At the end of the 16-day marathon hearing, we're speaking to the petitioners who had come to the Supreme Court. We're speaking to Mr. Muzzaffar Shah of the Awami National Conference. Sir, thank you very much for speaking to India today.
Thank you.
Main points of the hearing were not just legal, but also with regard to the problem of separatism and terrorism in Jammu and Kashmir. How do you see this entire argument that has come from the center that because of the abrogation of 370, there has been peace in the state, there has been development in the state?
That's not correct. And it was proved here that, first of all, the case today was to see the decision that the central government took on 5th August 2019, whether that was constitutionally correct or not. Whether without a functioning legislative assembly and a legislative council and without a state government in office, can you do what you did on 5th August 2019? Can you break a state into two? A state which was earlier a country. It was an independent place from the Maharaja's time. And then finally came into India. The forefathers of modern India gave it a shape, gave it a constitution, gave it a special status because of the specific conditions that existed in Jammu and Kashmir then and that exist even now. Based on that, a mechanism was formed, which is called 370. It is a permanent fixture of the Constitution of India. That was the case. And after hearing the petitioners and then hearing the governmental side and then the rebuttals, I am left with no doubt that we have won this case hands down. 370 protected itself by its own self.
So one point that had been raised repeatedly in the court is with regard to the power of the president, the point that you just made, whether the parliament could have taken the decision that it did. But the government, of course, has been saying that the parliament is the inheritor of the constituent assembly legally.
I think they lost that. They lost on that very badly. Okay. Because without the concurrence and without the consultation of the people means the government of Jammu and Kashmir. That is very clearly envisaged in the constitution. You cannot take the route what you took on 5th August 2019. So basically on 5th August 2019, if you ask me, that was a political as well as a judicial blunder that was committed by the government of Shri Narendra Modi ji. And today, after hearing this case for almost 2 weeks, because it was only not viewed in the country or in Jammu, Kashmir or Ladakh, it was viewed world over by the Kashmir diaspora, by all the judicial bodies in the world. After all, it is a case pertaining to Kashmir. So it was what you call the way it was handled here, and the beautifully the Supreme Court of India handled this. Hats off to Honorable Chief Justice and his 5-judge bench. It was a very great effort by the petitioners, and equally also an effort by the respondents. There's no doubt about that. But their case had no legs to stand on.
Okay.
So I think at the end of the day, the judgment is reserved. We have to wait for, I think it's another very close to 2 months. 40,000 pages, more than 40,000, 50,000 pages. The judgment will be, I think, 500, 600 pages. It will be one of the biggest cases in the world. And the Honorable Supreme Court of India is expected, what we expect from it, what the people of this country, the people of India, overwhelming majority of the people of this place, overwhelming majority of Jammu and Kashmir and the entire country of ours. They are peace-loving, secular and democratic people. There's no doubt about that. That was why the leadership in 47 agreed to shake hands with India, agreed to shake hands with Mahatma Gandhi, agreed to shake hands with Pandit Jawaharlal Nehru.
So one question I have is of this entire question of separatism and Article 370. The government has been continually arguing this, that it was made as a way to keep Kashmir separate from the rest of the country.
That was demolished in these 16 days. As a matter of fact, that was not even, it has no meaning that 370 was something that bred terrorism. Tell me, we have Maoist activities in the country. We have Maoist activities in Chhattisgarh, in Jharkhand, in Bengal, in northeast areas. Very serious and very terrible conditions still going on. Do you have 370 there? No. What does 370 got to do with these activities? 370 is only for your constitutional issues. How do you govern your place between the special powers that you have? And those special powers are given to a special area because of the geographical and the strategic conditions. That the founders of modern India thought, no, this is the way that it should be done. And for 60 years, you had a great time with me, and now you're telling me, okay, bye-bye, I'm leaving you.
Okay. So one more point that was made in the court was with regard to the rights of women, the right of equality,
Yes,
which is violated by Article 35A.
Very
because
important.
A woman who marries outside of Kashmir loses her right of
Very
equality.
important question.
And so, how do you see that in context of this entire argument?
Very important question. And let me tell you, the court also heard it, and I think they know it. 35A, which protects women's rights. No woman loses her hereditary rights, loses her legal rights if she marries outside the state of Jammu, Kashmir and Ladakh. Till she is alive.
But her children can't.
Hold on. She continues to hold those rights. Now, see how fair 35A was. If anybody marries into the state of Jammu and Kashmir, from outside the state of Jammu and Kashmir, whether in Ladakh or in Jammu or in Kashmir, that lady gets the status of a state subject, and she will inherit all the heredity, all
So
the
that is my
situation.
point. What
Yes.
about the daughters who marry outside of the state?
No, they will not lose their. They will not
Their
lose
children
their.
can't
No,
inherit.
they will not lose their property. The daughter will not lose their property, but their children and all, because they are married outside. They have the property of their father also. And as far as their mother is alive, it is for her to see what she does with her property. She does not lose her property.
Okay.
No woman, no girl loses her property if she marries outside the state. No woman or a girl who marries inside the state of Jammu and Kashmir will lose state subject or will lose these hereditary rights. Those are guaranteed by 35A and by the Constitution of Jammu, Kashmir and Ladakh. That is the beauty of 35A, which was misinterpreted in the parliament. It was tried to be misrepresented and misinterpreted in the hearing, but the Honorable Chief Justice and the judges were very clear that we are here to only listen to the constitutionality of relationship between the Union and the state of Jammu and Kashmir. That was it.
Thank you very much, sir.
Thank you very
We were
much.
speaking to Mr. Muzzaffar Shah, who is one of the petitioners in the matter. 16 days of marathon hearing. The petitioners say that Article 370 has redeemed itself. The government, of course, saying that abrogation of 370 was necessary for the unity and integrity of the country. The question is not of politics, but of constitutional principles. The judgment, of course, in this matter will be very eagerly awaited, both in and outside of India. In New Delhi, this is Aneesha Mathur for India Today.